So we're here at the CES 2019. Hi.
Hi, I'm Chris Bignell from Planet Computers, and this is Yanko.
Hey.
Hi, you've seen me before.
So this is a big next step right here. You're showing a screen.
Yeah, so we're showing the outside screen of the Cosmo communicator. So this is what we're showing at CES. It's our Cosmo communicator outside. This is the AMOLED screen, so you'll see very nice contrast. It's a kind of 2x1 screen and showing you part of the demo of the user interface.
This is really advanced user interface. There's a lot of things happening already.
Yeah, so we're happy to be able to do that because we only signed the contract with the manufacturing, in December. So to show this a month in, I think it's really nice to see some progress.
But it's a mock-up UI, right? It's not functional yet.
It's a mock-up, but it's the real screen. Okay, so it's the real screen, and you'll probably be seeing something very similar on the final product.
You really think you can have all these kinds of functionalities working?
Absolutely, absolutely.
So can you illustrate what's going on?
So the key part here, this is a call in progress. This is actually looking at recent calls. This is the time. And then you can also look at things in the horizontal mode, so you can see this way, again, the time.
Nice.
You can see the notifications coming in.
Nice.
And then,
Can you touch on the notifications?
You can scroll and touch the notifications, and then you'll go to the appropriate message, something like this. And then you can do particular actions. And if you cannot do it on the outside screen, it will tell you to open up the device.
And then you open it up?
And then you can open it up. We have one which is...
Yeah. So then it has all this
open it up,
there.
and this is still showing the old OS, but it will be Android 9 on the Cosmo. And all our lovely apps and our famous keyboards. So that's kind of...
P70.
So yeah, the processor is P70. It's the MediaTek processor 8-core. It's pretty fast. It's about 50% faster than the Gemini in terms of speed, performance. There's 128 gigabytes of storage, and there is 6 gigabytes of RAM.
Minimum.
So we're supporting Android 9, Sailfish, and Linux, and hopefully we'll have all of those available out of the box.
Nice.
So this is what we're.
And how's the crowdfunding going?
Yeah, the crowdfunding's been absolutely fantastic. I mean, right from the start of the launch of this product, it's been absolutely incredible. We zoomed straight through the $1 million mark. We're still looking to crowdfund more. But I would like to say a huge thank you to everybody who has supported us so far. And please keep going to Indiegogo and searching for Cosmo Communicator and keep supporting the product.
So $1 million funding allows you to do this, allows to do all the mass manufacturing.
So, typically, that roughly to start to make a phone, we probably need about $2 million. But don't forget, the Gemini campaign has reached already $2.5 million. And with the Cosmo, we're already at over $1 million. So again, thank you for all the support. And we are counting on the support. And I think things are progressing very well at the moment.
So this will be right here a fingerprint reader.
So this is an answer button. So it will be like a toggle switch for answering the call, stopping the call, and in the middle there is a fingerprint sensor under the glass.
High quality, good fingerprint scanner.
Yeah, it's a fingerprint sensor. I don't know the specifics, but basically I think it will be very good quality, and basically will allow you to unlock the device. So even when you open it, you can unlock it
from this side or that side, so you can have your finger this way or that way.
This depends how you scanned it in. Yeah. But basically you can unlock it. You might unlock it with the thumb just to do some actions on this screen. And also, if you're just taking a photo, you don't need to unlock it because, as I think we discussed, you can just take a photo. You're not giving out any information. You're just putting information in. So in here you see,
Can you use it as a selfie screen too?
Yes, you can. You can use it as a selfie, and when open, you can use this button as a zoom. So that is kind of.
And you're reaching here at the CES, you can reach all kinds of distributors, partners around the world?
So we're talking to our distributors. We're also meeting our Japanese distributor here. In Japan, we have quite a lot of interest and support, and now we're in the shops in Japan, in Yodobashi Camera and Big Camera. So we're in the biggest shops in Japan.
Akihabara Street.
There is some of them are in Akihabara. That's absolutely true.
It's probably one of the coolest things you can do on Akihabara Street is find a Gemini PDA.
Oh, that's
today.
Yeah,
And in the future it will be the Cosmo, right?
I think it's very nice. It's very nice, and it looks like we sold out now. After we launched on the Emperor's birthday in Japan, and we already sold out, so we're shipping some more units to Japan.
Nice. And the Japanese keyboard is great. They're very happy with the Japanese keyboard, right?
Yeah, so actually the keyboard was a US keyboard and a Japanese power supply, but we're also going to be having some the keyboard with Kana keyboard as well.
And is it going to be a big challenge to have all kinds of APIs and stuff for this screen? What is the size of the screen?
So the screen is, I think, 520 by 240. Okay, so it's kind of like a 2x1, roughly 2x1 screen form factor. Actually, it's quite high density for this kind of 2-inch LED, AMOLED, and but it's a custom display, so this part is completely custom. I know there were some recent messages about it being Android Wear. It's going to be, obviously some functionality will be similar to Android Wear OS, but it's going to be a custom implementation.
It has to be custom? Is there no chance you could pull in something from Android Wear or pull in something maybe from Rebel OS, the open source?
Yeah, definitely pulling in some things, but it will be a custom development, nothing out of the box. But yeah, probably reusing some components.
And the design of this new device also allows for better antennas?
Yes, right? Because you see so if you look at the Gemini, I'll just pull up a Gemini. So if you see the area, the plastic area was much smaller, yeah?
Which is only the top and the bottom?
Yeah, exactly. So here we have a lot more area to play with in terms of, so there's an additional antenna on the device.
And maybe the
stronger reception.
The P70 has better
so there's better radio,
also,
so we'll have a support for the 600 frequency on T-Mobile, which is a must in T-Mobile in the US.
Does that mean the Gemini PDA is not so great in 4G here in the US?
So it's a newer modem on the Cosmo, and some frequencies, don't forget the X27 was designed already 2.5 years ago, so there's some frequencies which have come in since then, like the 600 megahertz frequency in the US, and of course this device will support it, so we're quite excited about that as well.
But also when you're in Europe, you will get a stronger signal.
There are 3 antennas, so it's better signal. There's some technology that MediaTek has for using the best antenna reception. Yep. And we'll have 3 antennas now instead of 2 that were on the Gemini.
Because the Gemini PDA, I've been using it constantly for 8 months. It's been so fantastic. But as a phone, this one will be better.
Yeah, the modem is better, and also
the way to use it.
Frequency management in the US will be better.
Because you will have the screen, and because maybe it will be, let's say, somehow more stable as a phone.
So I mean, it's stable. It's stable as a phone. Gemini is stable as a phone, but the frequency support in the US will be better here, and also the frequency support in Japan, because we're supporting bands like band 19, will be better.
So you were saying that if you reached $1 million, you were considering about the new CPU, and that was a consideration about the P90, right? And so why do you choose the P70
well,
over the P90?
we chose the P70 because the P90 really has been majoring in AI functionality, but we still think that the CPU power is more crucial for this type of device. So after evaluating it, including the costs and everything else, we decided that we're going to remain with the P70.
So the P70 is actually more powerful than P90?
Okay, so the P70, if you're not using the AI processor or the GPU processor, the actual main cores seem to us to be more powerful.
And also the Mali is preferable over the...
Well, I think there's also, for the Mali, there's a lot more software. If it's directly supporting the GPU, there's more software support for it than the new...
Imagination.
Correct. So there might be some let's say, some different levels of support for the
But there was no chance you could have gone to Qualcomm, right? You had to be MediaTek.
No, we haven't planned to go to Qualcomm on this device.
Because it's a whole new world to go, and you already need to work with the designer and everything is MediaTek.
It's a different matter having a different PCB with Qualcomm. But for this device, we are very much remaining on the MediaTek side.
There might be, let's say, in the future, who knows? There might be a Qualcomm product from you in the future with Qualcomm, but then it would be good if Qualcomm come and help you, right?
And I think we would be then looking to see what support we would get. Because we've invested a lot in the MediaTek relationship, and also invested a lot. It goes both ways. We've opened up the kernel, we've opened up the bootloader on the Gemini. People can develop. Kali Linux. Kali has announced Linux support for the Gemini, and they just did it all themselves. Whereas we've done some work on Debian, and we've done some work with Sailfish. But let's say Kali has been really an independent development.
And they were able to get GPU acceleration for the Linux?
I think so, yes.
And even though it's Mali, because one of the reasons to use why people might think that Qualcomm would be good for the Linux stuff is for the free green.
No,
GPU,
we have GPU acceleration on Debian, on Sailfish, and I think Kali has the GPU acceleration.
Nice. All right, so do you think there's a good chance this could be more popular, more successful for you than the Gemini PDA?
I think because of the outside screen. I think people who wanted a small pocket computer, I think the Gemini is a great machine. But people who want a phone device with a keyboard, sort of all-round, all-in-one device with a good camera, it will probably be more popular because it's an all-round device with an integrated camera and an outside screen. So yes, we hope it will be more popular.
Although the Gemini PDA and the Cosmo crowdfunding so far is very successful, you still need the perfect scenario is for you to sell many millions or big quantities all over the world, and with many different carriers, all this stuff, right?
Yeah, so
this is a better chance we'll succeed
absolutely.
with this, right?
So with this device, we hope to enter many more carriers and to enter many more markets, because this is kind of our flagship device, and we think it will be very popular.